Yo, Doug, Kenny Boucher here. The Long War with Austin.
Gentlemen, thank you for having me, Kenny. I feel like we're going to have some fun together tonight. What do you think?
Let's introduce the rest of the guests real quick. Of course, in the blue corner, Juice. In the red corner, Mike Haspel. And reffing this match, Rob Bear, all in our hearts.
Yeah, they're out there somewhere in the universe.
They're in there. They're in the ether. Of course, this weekend is indeed Nova. I believe that's what it's called. Juice will be there. That's where he's at. Rob is sick. Doctor's orders that he doesn't talk. And Mike Haspel is dealing with a bunch of shenanigans at work. So you're left with us.
Here's my shameless plug. Mismatched Play. Check it out. Full coverage of every event out there. So obviously the event this weekend will be covered by our good friend Max Dubois up in Canada. He's coming to the event, so check that out.
The big game.
The big game. So it should be a blast. So
you got to be careful. You got to be careful these days what names you say out there, because people are making some serious claims on what they own and don't own. And this, as a PSA, which I will mention during the podcast, is a PSA. If you're going to Nova this weekend with intentions of taking pictures of the the Fantasy Flight game preview and the Warhammer preview, it has been posted. It has been sent out newsletters that you will be removed from Nova if they catch you doing that.
So, do they hire bodyguards? Do they have bouncers? Because, I'd take a picture.
I would take a picture. The thing I would be mad about is if that's why I bought my ticket.
Yeah, to come check out the event, hang out with some friends, take some photos,
saying?
See the new stuff, and then they kick you out.
That would be my issue, because it's a retroactive newsletter that applies retroactively to all ticket purchases for the event, and you can't get in the preview unless you buy a ticket to go to Nova. And now if you go in and you take pictures retroactively, ticket purchases, there's no refunds or anything. So that's it. That's a PSA, guys. So be warned. I don't want you guys getting kicked out this weekend for taking pictures.
Yeah, sir. Are you on Facebook or are you taking photos?
Yeah, exactly. You know how many live streams of the Conor McGregor Floyd Mayweather fight I watched on cell phones in bars?
I love the fight. There's a lot of talk about whatever it was. It was still entertaining, but
we should definitely talk about this.
Dude, but Facebook was on its game about not letting you get that shit out.
Oh, it kept getting shut down left and right, man. I was like, this new one. I was like, I had 5 windows open. I was watching it in five different bars as they were getting shut down.
A lot of fun. That was a good fight. What did you think about it, Kenny? Let's talk about some fighting.
Pretty much, as I'm a massive combat sport fan, enthusiast, connoisseur. Boxing was my first love. Mixed martial arts was my second and even greater love than boxing, as it basically replaced the mundanity of boxing, if that's a word.
It is now.
So it is. So I was stoked beyond all belief that fight actually happened. Literally, I'm all about hype fights, but about every 2 decades in boxing, you get a hype fight where you have an undefeated champion or an seemingly unbeatable human that the only way to get people interested in watching them now is to spin it that he could lose this fight. And so you have to make him the villain. You make everyone root against him. And you make everyone tune in to see him lose. That's a boxing formula as old as time. So
from a business standpoint, they made a shitload of money.
Oh my God, dude, like $100 million take home for Gregor, I think.
Yeah, after losing, with everything added up, near 100. That's just
purse. That's just fight purse. That's not, endorsements and sponsorships and stuff like that. So that was pretty huge. It was pretty much what I thought it would be, but I think I underestimated Mayweather meta-ing the meta. And what I mean by that is that McGregor came in with a really good game plan. He even did all of his sparring matches. He did 12 rounds. He did visualization tactics. He even had a really stringent referee, so he can try to train himself to get away within the confines of the rules. And in boxing, you can underhook. In boxing, you can hold the head down. These are all legal moves. So he was training himself with a hardcore referee 12 rounds at a time to work within the confines of those rules, so he could rough somebody up. So he doesn't have to drop power shots from it, because like boxing essentially is footwork to deliver the maximum force from the shortest distance by creating straight angles, straight lines, right? And in MMA, you don't have to do that, because you can hammer somebody in the nose, grind their ear down. So he was working as a left-handed fighter with the concept that he would get into a clinch and get his rest. Mayweather would underhook. But since this dude's left-handed, he would slide his left hand out, pull the back of the head down, rough him up a little bit, referee separation. This referee did not let that happen. So an entire element of his training was taken from him. So he had no rest period in that clinch. He had no ability to rough the dude up. And anytime it seemed like it was going to go that way, that was the weird shit where Mayweather started turning his back to McGregor.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, what is this? This is stupid. No, he's metaing the meta. He knew as a 50 pro fight boxer that this guy's only chance was to get him into clinches that he didn't want to be in, that he wouldn't even understand what was happening with arm work and guard work. He wouldn't even know what to do. So instead he did things like turn his back to him, which now you have no legal striking target, and the referee auto breaks. Like you can't, like, he's like, you can't do anything. You have my back now. So I was like, yo, meta the meta, homie. So those 4 rounds that McGregor had to rough a fool up, he never got those rounds.
Yeah, I always thought McGregor had a chance if he took him out in 5. And so once it went past round 5, I was
no, but still 10 rounds of boxing, huge. He landed more significant strikes than Manny Pacquiao did. 116, I think.
Yeah, I think it was 111 or 116, one of those.
Yeah, it was pretty high.
More than the last 5 dudes.
With a weird karate stance, with his boxing pedigree, he was able to create angles that he was hitting Mayweather with counter uppercuts, like weird shit that he never been hit by. So it was really good. It was definitely the best Mayweather fight I've seen in
ever
half a decade.
Yeah, very entertaining.
Like, no doubt, no diggity, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's like that Dumb and Dumber meme where they're blowing their noses with money and crying into money at the end of the fight.
So next boxing match in my near future, Mortarion versus the other Primarch, Gilliman. Who's going to win? Did you see the new photos? Do you like him now? Do you like Mortarion?
I like him a lot more than I initially liked him. I still need him. He still needs to have a head swap.
Not the gas mask?
Well, not the hood. Like, that's the main thing. Like, I need to see more of his face, like a more defined Primarch face. It's like movies. You can't have actors covering their faces up like your leading roles,
I'm trying to think of a leading role with I guess.
I mean, even Favreau and Iron Man made sure that he innovated with the inside the Iron Man suit face shot of Robert Downey Jr. looking at the controls.
True. Yeah, Tony Stark's the main character.
Yeah, and even every time he lands, the face pulls away. The face mask pulls away. The only one that's difficult is the Spider-Man. And they actually, every Spider-Man movie, producers have lobbied for Spider-Man to have a ski mask. Essentially, like to have a cutout here where you can see his lips. Which is also why they put lips on Transformers in Michael Bay movies.
That's you know more about movies than I do. So.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I mean, that's also why the Kick-Ass movie he had a ski mask. Because in the comics he doesn't. He has a Spider-Man mask.
10-4. So no mask. Like GW, please send us ahead without a.
It's like
mask.
He's the lead star of this production. We got to see that sweet fucking face.
I'm excited. I've got some Nurgle lists coming on. I'm just trying to anticipate the new Death Guard, but I really don't know how to field them currently.
Death Guard is okay. So like basically, we want to talk about competitive Death Guard. Somebody asked me about this the other day. My answer is simple. It's whatever already is good is what has to be in your Death Guard army. So it's sort of Death Guard name only. It's not like you're not going to be super competitive if you fill out your roster with all the super fluffy Death Guard units. You're going to have to still default. What's good? Lots of missiles and fucking las cannons. Check. Things like armor is good. Check. Bubble wraps, good. Check. So you're right back to, if you want to be at that competitive level, you're right back to, you're going to have a kind of a minimum amount of power armor dudes in the table.
Right. So you're not going to be able to rock, 30 of these badass looking plague marines and stuff.
You can use them to convert. I mean, you can use them to convert up Havoc squads, because it's still like a Chaos Lord near Havoc squads is still pretty ultramarine, pretty strong.
That's decent.
Still decent.
I was gonna even stretch out and try to make plague bearers out of the the plague marines because I like plague bearers.
Plague bears are really good. Poxwalkers are still pretty good. Predators are really good.
How's your local scene with proxies, Kenny? Do they accept generally anything you bring to the table, or
They're pretty good. We got a good mix of cash comped people here that they like the hobby. They've even announced recently at our local scene that we play at Next Gems that you have 2 months to be fully painted because it'll be a requirement. But we are playing, and we're playing straight rulebook Maelstrom missions, and people are bringing that heat. People are scaling up. Like this last event, I just came back from a tournament this last weekend. Second tournament here at Next Gen. They're doing monthly tournaments. And so I scaled my list up because the new Chaos Codex dropped, gave me some point cost reductions, gave me some new units, new options, some cool new stratagems. So my list was I won the first tournament, and my list is now more powerful. I did win this tournament again, back to back, but I did play some of the guys I played in the first tournament, and they scaled. Like my boy Luke running Tau, we're playing 1,500 point, which can be very competitive. People get caught slipping on 1,500 points. This dude rocking 4 drop commanders.
so that's more competitive. That's good.
At 1,500 points, 4 drop commanders with
missile pod
with drones all around them. So
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? So like they create little bubbles of drones, they all drop in. So now they get to allocate wounds, but and you can't really get to them in assault. And I think he had 2 of them were max fusion. So like they were the leaders, like they just point and delete things.
Yeah.
And the other 2 were the all billion shots.
Right. I prefer the missile launchers so I can land 36 inches away with 4 commanders and then touch the whole board. And
that's kind of what he was doing. 2 that were landing in the backfield, covering zone, playing zone, and it's in 2 that were just like that. Helldrake has to die right now. That fucking.
Yeah, I'm assuming he had some cool stuff, but like the way I rock 3 of the best weapons you can get, and then whichever equipment upgrade that you like. So
he went overload on the drone, so it was actually really hard. Like honestly, he fucking brutalized me. Like honestly, like by the end of the game, by turn 5, like I had no demon engines on the table. Like I mean nothing, bro. Like I just had cheap troops, but but my list is designed to win missions.
Nah, but you said playing Maelstrom. I'm sure your list suited that.
I'm tailored to that, and so so there are some people who are like, oh, I hate the Maelstrom. I was like, any event, you got to tailor. Got to tailor for the event. Like if you don't, you're not coming to the tournament bringing your A game. If the event is Maelstrom, so it's main rulebook Maelstrom, you roll off. Someone gets to pick the deployment map. The objectives are preset, so you already know when you look through the path. Like it's modified rulebook, so you already know where all the objectives are going to go. You have a pretty good idea of terrain layout, and you understand that every single one of these games, it's Maelstrom plus First Blood plus Linebreaker plus Warlord, and you have to win by 5 points to get the max victory. So you look at it and you're like, yo, I got to win this Maelstrom. I got to blow this Maelstrom out. So my army is entirely composed, but the most expensive unit in my army is 185 points. Everything's
decent. That means everything's balanced. Yeah, that's good. So you can.
So I move him. So like there was one turn I got, like the turn that I fucking flipped it on him was a turn he didn't think it was going to happen when I pulled the Maelstrom card that says hold all 6 objectives. If you hold all 6 objectives in your turn, you get D3 plus 3.
Yeah, you're like, watch this, bro.
He's like, there's no way, and I was like, bruh, I'm about to. And so obviously, I had to overextend myself, overcommit to that. But like
that's the game. D6 plus 3 is.
I'm not afraid because all my units are pretty expendable. I'm not afraid to overextend to win the mission. So I had him I was like 17. I had him at 17 points, and he only had gotten 2 big guns points on me by killing Malafines. He was like, oh, fuck, I lost. But by the time we got to turn 5, he had closed the distance, like with 12 Maelstrom points, 12 total points. You know what I'm saying? So like and he brutalized me. Like I couldn't do anything about those Tau commanders. Like
I've had great success with Tau in a similar. What else did he have in his list?
At 1,500 points, he had 4 drop commanders with as many fucking drones as possible to create little bubbles around them so I could never get to them. He had couple marker squads, couple just like some minimum troop units, but some of them were marker people, so he can always maintain that reroll 1s shenanigans, and sometimes the reroll everything's. He had
+1 to hit is when you get 5. That's incredible. Yeah, +1 to hit and reroll 1s is
and
good.
I would say like every other time he did his thug life, he got that,
Oh yeah, that's decent.
And he had like 1 tank, one devilfish, which came into play. He just kind of held it back, shot some things, and then he was like 18 inches, brah, got a fucking good advance roll, got on some objective. You know what I'm saying? Like he was literally, it was good. 1,500 points. You know what I'm saying? So you're doing weird things at 1,500 points. But his weakness was he didn't like all his other expendable units had literally no staying power. So were mine take commitment to deal with them. So it was pretty good. But I'm just as an example of like these dudes are pretty hobby centric, but also scaling their competitiveness. This is the same guy I played last time we played. He was like, I got to bring more heat. So he brought 4 drop commanders in round 2. And I think he's getting savvy to my style because I don't know how I'm gonna do in round 3. You know what I'm saying?
I got to play him again. Watch. You'll come with a new list, and he'll.
I am gonna scale a little bit because at this event, even because I'm vastly more competitive than most local scenes. So even in this list where I had 3 Drakes and 2 Maulers, a Demon Prince, Sorcerer on Bike, Changeling, I had only 20 Brimstones and a full squad of 10 Pink Whores, which are basically useless,
unless you have points to break them up.
Almost triple the points of Brimstones, So I had a unit of them, and I had a full 20-man unit of cultists. So I had 4 troop units, that 20 cultists, 10 pinks, and 20 Brimstones. And that was mainly just to show you. That was for them. That wasn't for me. Like I would just have 50 or 60 fucking Brimstone hordes, right?
I see Robbie B has made the call.
Rob is jumping in.
I have arrived.
Why are you in here talking? You're not supposed to talk.
It's true. My doctor, he told me, "Hey, stop talking." I said, "You don't know me."
And that was it.
I'm almost mad you're in here. Like I feel like you should just go rest.
So I had some Jack and honey.
That doesn't mean that your fucking vocal cords are fixed. That just means they feel better so that you can hurt them more.
So I got some news. You guys got a hot minute?
Maybe 5 minutes.
We're not even 30 minutes in and we ran out of things to talk about. So yes, we can.
All right, here we go. Would you like to know the next 3 codexes coming out by Christmas?
Yes,
sir.
All right.
Hold on 1 second. Let me interject. He also had a ghost kill. I just saw a chat. Austin, he had all that and ghost kill action.
So that's my jam. I run no drones. I run 4 kills.
Yeah, he had a kill in there. I forgot about that.
I forced you to shoot at ghost kills at -2 to hit, where the commanders hide in the center of the table. I have a storm surge because I think, whatever. I'll get into that list later. But yeah, I like kills.
Okay,
Rob, I do too, man. We played a couple of games with those, and you were wrecking my stuff.
Talking about deleting units, ghost kills are maybe one of the best at just.
They got such a buff. It's so crazy, It's actually one of the things GW did that's a positive because they gave us a couple formations last edition that made them good, but realistically, ghost kills weren't like that good. You know what I mean? They were just survivable.
Exactly. So now
they're good, and so they didn't. So they're not even saying buy a new unit. They're saying the unit you all bought so you could abuse formations last edition still good.
I love them. I mean, D3 +2 melt shots for me. That is -2 to hit. And they reroll ones with target or whatever the thing I give them. Multi-tracker, decent, really decent for 200 some points.
Yeah, he had one, and he got caught slipping with the Warp Time Demon Prince.
That'll do.
If you touch them in combat, they don't like you.
And so when I did that to him, but I'd already sent forth the 3 Helldrakes, and I put the Helldrakes in a place that is going to be essentially closer to everything. So everything in your army is closer to the Helldrakes because they go 30 inches. So I get this guy, and he's thinking like, yo, I'm going to do some moving, and I'm going to shoot this dude. And he's like, damn, no matter where I move, a Helldrake is closer.
I got to shoot a Helldrake, yep.
I was like, he's a character.
All right, hey, Rob, can I try to guess the codexes?
Yeah, let's play a game. Let's hear your guesses and then Kenny's.
All right, if I had to guess the next 3 codexes,
we already know Admec's one of them, though, right?
Ooh. Well, yeah, because that comes out at the end of the month, right?
That's pretty much been established.
Not counting Death Guard.
So we're counting 2 codexes. Or
no, 3 brand new codexes.
Oh, not Death Guard, not Admec. Okay.
So I'm going to tell you what I want. I need an Astra Militarum book.
Okay.
All right, so that has to come. That's a large.
What book?
We need Astra Militarum.
We need an actual Astra Militarum book.
I
think we need one because we need to fix this in Astra Militarum.
Correct. There's too many good units and too many little things need to be fixed. There's 1 billion units in that book. So I feel like that'll happen. I feel like they need to do Xenos, so I think it's going to be Eldar and Orcs. Hit me up,
Okay.
Rob. Am I good?
No, I gotta go first.
I like the
gotta go
direction you're going. I like the direction you're going.
I gotta go first. So I agree with you, Allison, that balancing the releases to give us some Xenos is the smart move. That's what I would do.
There is a balance. There is a. I can
If
confirm a balance.
if I was in charge of DW, I would put my foot down on a balance for sure. Like for these releases, because they've come out with not Xenos, not Xenos, not Xenos. You know what I'm saying? And so, and not Xenos, not Xenos. So
Yeah, you're right.
so there's
maybe
got to be.
Xenos.
So I'm almost saying. So I'm thinking it's going to be 2 Xenos, 1 not Xenos. And so I don't think they're going to quit on Chaos just yet because Chaos is such a crowd favorite. So I think we're going to get 1K Suns and 2 Xenos. And those 2 Xenos, I don't know. I don't
say Taldar, so you'll be right.
Talon Eldar and
not sold separately. Okay, so you're both are on the right track. Now we only know what's coming in November. So can confirm Astra Militarum.
Can't or can?
Can. Astra Militarum.
Astra Militarum.
I'm on point.
So they're going to fix it.
Tyranids.
Oh. Okay.
And Craft World Codex with no Yanari rules.
So we were close. I had 2 or 3. I think that's a W.
So 2 Xenos, 1 not Xenos. I thought they would go on popularity over necessity. So they're going on necessity.
It looks like no Yanari rules in a Craft World book, regimental rules in a new guard book, and a solid maybe on if Sly Marlboro is included.
Well, I mean, we need we need some definite, like, whereas the Chaos book came out and they gave us some like power fixes because the shit was still wrong. We're gonna need some in the opposite direction on Astra, and I think the conscripts need they need something like, it's just like horrors, like Brimstone horrors. They fixed them, but they didn't fix them, right? And conscripts, they fixed them, but they didn't fix them.
So what's your issue with the conscript?
The conscripts are super cheap throwaway that never suffer from basically morale. And Brimstone horrors are pretty similar, right? They're really cheap. They don't die, right? But they do suffer from morale, but they have a 4+ and a -1 to hit, right? So they're so super resilient, super cheap. But here's a main difference. It's really hard to kill blocks of Brimstone horrors. It's really hard to kill blocks of conscripts. But a block of conscripts can fucking kill you. Whereas a block of fucking Brimstone horrors can't do shit. They literally have no offense. Whereas like fucking a block of conscripts, like even though they hit on 5s, you know how meaningless that is to you guys at the high level.
You ready for this? Is my fix.
They don't take orders.
They can only take las pistols.
I would say they don't take orders. Like they didn't. I don't think they took orders in the last books. Like they couldn't do any of that shit. Like conscripts were literally slave dudes who were like, "Go out there and die, motherfuckers." They weren't trained. They weren't trained. So there was no stand in line, first rank, second rank. There was no fucking orders. Like, so I would say if they don't take orders, there you go. They're the same as Brimstone horrors. They're cheap. They're hard to fucking kill. But ultimately, you're not afraid of them actually killing you.
Here, if you give me 10 seconds, I'll find that book and tell you what they did.
Yeah, let me know.
All right, hold on. You guys talk amongst yourselves. I missed you already.
I'm already missing you. So chapter approved book is definitely on the way. They're bringing back VDR, vehicle design rules.
Wait.
Yep.
Wait.
But
you said chapter approved is bringing back VDR rules.
But they're for open play only.
Thank Jesus, the man Jesus. Because let me tell you guys, I'm away from Austin.
That was silly.
Everyone has a VDR story that they think is good until they hear mine. And so I will let Austin come back before we jump into if you guys don't know, if you're watching Vehicle Design Rules, it was a part of the game in 3rd edition. And 3rd edition is most people have been playing as long as us. Fond fucking memories of 3rd edition. 3rd edition was super exciting. We were getting White Dwarf rules updates. It was very similar to what's happening now. We were getting chapter approved fixes. We're getting White Dwarfs. We're getting published FAQs. The rules were not over the top and convoluted. We had no 1 page of Universal Special Rules. As a matter of fact, there was no Universal Special Rules. Units had their own rules. It's very close. It was a less streamlined version of what we're doing now. So 3rd edition is what got a lot of people in this fucking game. VDR was a part of that. It was 100% legal 99% of the time.
It got silly, but it also gave players a chance to do cool things. Like if you wanted a chaos version of something, you could do it. Or if you felt like, hey, I really want, you know, a longer range on that last cannon, you could do it. But there was some abuse too.
No. So this is what you missed, Austin.
I'm ready.
Confirmed. Chapter approved. VDR rules are back.
Say that again.
VDR rules are back. Chapter approved.
All right, what's VDR?
Oh, you're young. You're
You
only
might
like
not
20.
remember, yeah.
No, vehicle design rules. I just talked about this. It was a big part. It was in the back end of third edition, which is like the edition that most people speak of in their dreams. We got, and I said I already paralleled it. Third edition is not dissimilar from eighth. We had no universal special rules. Units kind of had their own rules. There was not nearly as many. We had constant FAQs, everything. VDR came at the end. Vehicle design rules. They give you a table of how things cost, and you can make your own vehicles, your own weapons, everything. And they would say things like, this is how much this armor value costs on this facing. Your total was this. If every type of weapon under this strength was this many points, speed values were this, open top, not open top. So people made their own vehicles. And so everyone has a VDR story of like, I broke VDR. Check out this vehicle, had this many shots, this, and this. And I was like, that's tight. That's tight. Yo, literally, that's tight. Let me hit you with this. Like mine shits on all VDR stories because third edition was the edition of Rhino Rush. That was when you hear Rhino Rush, that was vehicles in third edition of Rhino could go 12 inches. The guys could get out 2.5 inches or whatever, like you cheat the 2 inches, so 3 inches from the fucking vehicle, and then you charge 6. It was just set in stone. So 12 plus 3 plus 6. Boom. So turn one, I played 1,500 point tournaments with 5 rhinos loaded down with Plague Marines, all special weapons, you know, plague knives, everything, and like or fucking sorcerer lords of flames and shit. And also they had this rule, Austin, where if you finish the combat, like you wiped them with your consolidation phase, if
You
it
can
took you
move
back,
and swing again, right?
no. If the 3-inch consolidation, the D6 consolidation took you back within 2.5 inches of your rhino, you can get back in. So, and so even better, smoke launchers in third edition were glancing hits only. There was no cover on vehicles. It was glancing hits. So the only way you could stop a rhino basically was to roll a 6 on a glance. So like you go first, you move 5 rhinos up, smoke. They don't do shit. You go again, assault their whole fucking army, you get back in your vehicles, they shoot, you charge them again. So it was pretty brutal. So people started figuring out ways around that toward the end, like with fucking awesome like Witch Cult armies and shit like that. And other Rhino rushes, like Blood Angels and Space Wolves and Black Templar got really popular. So here's my VDR list. I built these fucking matliths, which were just moving walls. They were literally super skinny walls, minimum armor value in the back, 9, maximum in the front, 14. And the sides also had 9s. But it was so hard to get into the sides.
That you're 80% of the time you're going to be shooting top armor.
So they were like literally 40 points. They were fast because I made them open topped and fast. Right. And they had like a fucking combi bolter. And I had 4 of them.
Yeah, because you had to give it one weapon.
4 of them. So they were like, and so like they had like sort of like what was the convention for how big they were. So I had like 4 of these mat lists that were like 40 points that would go like 20 inches on turn 1 or 18 inches on turn 1. You can't see my army. And people are like, I made this vehicle that shot 1,000 bolter shots. It's like I made this thing where you couldn't do anything.
You couldn't kill anything.
You couldn't do anything. It was like 2 mantlets and 2 mantlets. So like so it was bubble wrap.
You ready for this? This is the truth. I need GW. Hopefully they're listening. Go back into the last edition's codex and fix it, because this is perfect, Kenny. You'll remember it when I read it. Remember platoons?
Yeah.
Okay, so you took a platoon was multiple infantry.
You had to take a platoon to get a conscript squad.
So in only one. So in every platoon, you get 1 squad of conscripts.
Yeah.
So in order to get a platoon, you have to pay for a platoon command and 2 infantry squads before you get access to the conscripts. That fixes it.
Yeah, and also I believe if you read into the USRs, I believe like the special rule that allows you to take orders, I don't think they have it.
Well, let me look at that.
Because I did dabble in a conscript army in 7th briefly, and I remember like I'm gonna run with this unit every turn and not being able to.
Well, I'll tell you here in 2 seconds. But that would fix it for me. If you had to pay 80 points for two 10-man little squads that hit on 4s and have to pay 30-ish points for a command squad, all of a sudden you can't take 180 conscripts, you know?
Yeah, you have to fix. Yeah, they have to update the conscript data slate in the new book, or do an errata. But that's a secondary fix. Like
I'd prefer that versus the or whatever. They can do whatever they want, obviously. Who am I to tell them what to do?
yeah. Oh yeah, people are talking about the Army of Death in 3rd edition. So you had this special Blood Angel army, Austin, that was like you paid 25% more on everything, and it basically was like everything Blood Rage D6 inches, like it had like multiple Blood Rage actions, and all the rhinos had overcharged engines.
It
was like 30-inch charge. So it was like turn 1, they just hit you in turn 1.
Word.
Hey, they could get orders.
They could.
Yeah, issuing an order.
Okay, there were senior orders and junior orders.
Yeah, so on their order sheet, only
they couldn't take senior or something like that.
No. So a company commander could do the senior. A senior officer could do the senior officer orders. Like normal commanders couldn't have.
Oh, it was commander rule.
Yeah, so the conscripts had access to everything. They just weren't very good because you couldn't take 200 of them.
Yeah. Good fix.
Other than that, I think Guard is decent. I think they'll fix a couple things in the Codex. But I'm excited about, like, Cadians getting rules and, like, what's the Steel Host going to get? Is Pass going to be
How
good
clutch
again?
would it be if they were just like only Cadians got conscripts and Cadians have this rule, you know, like.
Yeah, then you don't get Harker, you know, like.
Because that's another thing is like, you know, Harker is being abused.
Harker does not need to be given entire armies.
Harker is Catachin, right?
Yeah, he's Catachin, and
so Catachin are
the
like
only guy that can reroll the ones or whatever.
They're the hardest dudes in the galaxy for humans, right?
Technically.
And so it would be crazy if they were like Catachin Legion trait, no conscripts.
I couldn't tell you. I'd like to see the old Catachin models come out. Everyone's just saying that, oh, these conscripts are Catachin because I said so. You know.
I mean, yeah, that's what we do with indexes, though. We still don't have rules, you know.
So I'm excited about. I want Pass to come back and be good. I hope they give Pass 9 wounds. Okay, that's all I
want. We got stuff from Chapter Approved. Chapter Approved will only update the points cost of Forge Roll, not the rules. Everything without a codex gets rules in Chapter Approved. So I don't know if that means Custodes and Sisters of Silence or Legion of the Damned. I don't know.
So by the release of Chapter Approved, everything that hasn't gotten a codex yet is getting rules in that book.
Apparently, yes.
So I'm convinced with some of
that makes sense.
The fluffy stuff I'm reading. There's going to be like alternative models, kind of like the old Dogs of War codexes and things like that. That will have rules in Chapter Approved. So just offhand Xenos units.
Something I was talking about with Haspel. Because like look at the Imperium. It has so many fucking armies that are like actually support armies. You know, like Custodes, Sisters of Silence, Grey Knights, fucking Death Watch. These are all like support codexes, man. You know, like, so it'd be making me happy if like all those mini shits didn't get a whole fucking codex devoted to them. They just got Chapter Approved stuff.
Don't talk about my Grey Knights like that, okay?
Well, Grey Knight's got a fucking codex.
I don't appreciate that, okay?
You got what you needed. You got your fucking Nemesis Dread Knight Grandmaster.
I'm loving that. I'm loving those assassins too. Thanks, Haspel.
Yep, thanks, Haspel.
Decent. They're actually turned out to be pretty good.
Yeah, sure.
There was Necromundus coming out in November. What is it? Apparently, you can still use the templates. Some sort of templates. Not sure what templates. Some sort of templates.
Are you saying that I should like stop the fire and pull my templates out of the fire right now?
Yes, if you want to play Necromunda. Comes with tile doors, wars, walls, barricades in the box set.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know. Apparently, a bunch of terrain. They have a expansion already planned for it. Shadespire also will come out at the end of the month with planned expansions for 2018. The Paint app looks like it looks pretty cool, like step-by-step pictures from base to watch. Can match a real-world color using a picture.
So I have a real question for you, Rob.
What's that?
Can I like build an army, select the paint on the app, and hit buy and have GW send it to me painted?
Oh, that would be dope, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't it be tight if you could just say buy and it just at least bundles the paints?
Yeah, I want the army to look like that. GW, please send it to me. Thank you.
I mean, that's what we're trying to do online ourselves, you know.
Hint, hint. Use us instead.
Yeah. Yeah. We got a new battle report out in the Hall of Veterans, a sick one. I put up the Kinder Austin narrative.
The narrative is good. Please check that out.
Obviously, thank you, YouTube audience, for pointing out relentlessly mistakes we made over and over again before reading comments of people who've already pointed it out over and over again. Strongly appreciate it. Yeah, like I guess it was the Greater Good was the main one in that, where they said Greater Good is the exception. You only get one Overwatch with Greater Good.
Is that a thing?
That's what I mean. That's what I just played 2 Tower armies, and that's what I was like, yo, you can Overwatch me again. I failed the charge. They're like, no, that was Greater Good Overwatch where everyone got to shoot. They don't get to shoot again. I was like,
good.
Oh, that seems good.
Good to know, I guess.
But a single model Overwatching gets to do it over and over again.
I'm about to teach myself. Hold on. Silly Xenos, dude. It's hard to keep up with these guys, okay? I play like 9 armies. Just cut me some slack, YouTube.
I mean, I cut you slack. And there's even guys in the chat who cut you slack, but there's some people who basically think
you have a stupid face.
I do obviously have a stupid face, but just so everyone at home knows, I play Tau, I play Eldar, and I want them both to die. Like, I hate them both. So I'm okay with not doing all this cool stuff. If someone just tells me, I'll learn for next time.
Yeah. Thank you for the comments. Maybe read the comments before you post a comment. It's not constructive when 85 people. You guys, I can't even watch these anymore because you guys are so bad at this.
So can't do this again this turn. Learned. That was a B. That was a B+ on my test. I'll get an A next time, Coach.
Yeah. And it's just little things where it's like if somebody charges you army, and you're just like, this guy's gonna Overwatch. You know what I'm saying? But these guys,
I'm gonna let them know next time I play Tau and I do a narrative battle. I'm gonna have a blurb that says narratively I can shoot Overwatch as many times as I want.
Yeah, and then people were mad because they're like, how can he put that many units and drop? I was like, did you not hear it was a narrative game?
Dude, like they're gonna get another one here in a few weeks, and you'll hear the same comments, Kenny. Where's the opposition's army? I'm gonna be like, it's a narrative. Sorry.
They do whatever they want. It's like oh, no, hold on. I think the one on Hall of Veterans is the one on YouTube is the Kinder one. The Hall of Veterans is the other narrative one you're talking about with Gene Stealer Cult.
Cult versus the Primaris Marines?
Yeah, we're like, that was a sick game.
Oh, dude, that was a lot of fun to do. We set up some really cool scenery, like set the base up. So check that out. Gene Stealers aren't on the table because they ambushed. So
that was a sick fucking game. I was into it, man. Like I was, as the editor, like I watched every second of every game multiple times, and that one was like one that got me on the edge of my seat. I was like, oh shit.
They're coming in hot.
They're coming in so gangster. I was like, yeah.
We were laughing. James, was piloting that, and he did a great job stepping in and playing.
James's first appearance on the Long War.
Well, for 40K, I know he's done a lot of other things with Rob on.
Did he do a AOS game? No, I don't think he's ever been on it. Right? Rob?
I think, according to James, he's done something because I gave him a hard time about some stuff. But
maybe there was like one AOS game he was on.
Yeah, I know. I think he's done one. But he did a great job stepping in. But it was a lot of fun. His first ambush, I think, if it went better, he could have kept more out, and then it would have played to the advantage of the bugs. So having all
what's the name of that dreadnought you had? Is that Leviathan?
That's the new one. That was the Redemptor. Redemptor dreadnought with all the Gatling guns and stuff.
That shit was gangster.
He's literally built for killing Gene Stealers.
Yeah, I was like, damn, god
that dude
damn.
is point and click. And we were laughing. Gene Stealer abilities and things.
Yeah, Gene Stealer mind control.
Oh, he's like, that dude's mine too.
Yeah,
he kept stealing my Redemptor.
Sucks that you're all 3 up armor saves with 2 wounds and not 5 up with 1 wound like me, but still.
Man, talking about mistakes, I can't wait for comments on that one. I think we had the big charge against the Reavers. You know, the Reavers scouted up front to bubble wrap. I had some lieutenants bubble wrapping as well, just so I could protect the core of the army. And they killed the Reavers, and I only gave them 1 wound. They obviously have 2 wounds apiece, so they still would have died to the 20 Gene Stealers. But
yeah, I feel like there was fucking 6 6s in the first roll.
Yeah, I was like, oh, they're dead. But
before you even resolve the armor saves, you'd already lost fucking 2.5 models.
Everyone at home, please. If 20 Gene Stealers touch 5 scouts, I don't care if your scouts have 2 wounds. Please remove your models and carry on.
Yeah, like if you're concerned about the time limit on a game at a tournament, that's me. That's how I play. You know, like I'm just gonna concede these. Cool, we saved 10 minutes. Let's keep going, bro.
No, people always say, hey, there's always a way. Well, that's true. But if you as an opponent agree that it doesn't matter if these die or not, they serve their purpose, just take them off the table.
Yeah, and also if you're in a tournament game, that's huge. Like that's like, you know, it's funny because like I'm a part of cultivating this local scene here in Hollywood. My man Jeremy and Next Gen, he's doing a lot of the work, but like I'm playing with a lot of guys. Obviously, I am garnering a lot of attention because of what we do around here. But these guys hit me up on Facebook, yo, we played, great game. Like, what can I do differently? Things like that. And a lot of what I bring up, and so like this game I played against Luke, who brought that heat we talked about at the top of the show. He's the one who scaled up the 4 drop manders. We got to turn 4. We were bottom of turn 4 with 9 minutes left. Right. And Jeremy comes over and he's like, yo, finish your turns and everything. You know what I'm saying? There's only 9 minutes left. And I look at him and like, I'm crushing on Maelstrom. I was like, look, there's a way to play the last turn where we can actually play it. And he's like, well, what do you mean? I was like, look, time is always a factor. So I'm one of those people who's never going to like let you not get what's yours. So here's the thing. You scored that thing. There's a tactical card in Maelstrom where it's like your warlord draws another card. And that's his goal. If he does it, you get 3 extra points.
Sure.
He pulled the one where you got to kill my warlord. And I was like, so I made it. So on my turn, I'll make a gambit for your warlord. So I'll do let's forget about everything else. Like, right, we're looking at these things like can't do it. This is the only thing that matters. So instead of like saying, oh, the game's over, you don't have a chance to get points.
Let's just do the thing that matters.
Let's do the thing that matters. So I'm going to move in. I'm going to bring the 3 units in that matter. I'm going to try to do a couple mortal wounds. I'm going to get in there and see if I can do what I can do. But since there are dice, we're not going to just concede that my Demon Prince is going to get your dude, even though he probably will. So what had happened, though, is because of dice, I actually didn't get his dude, and he got me. Because I was like, let me roll this because this is kind of more important. Okay, I didn't get him. So now you're going to pull back. You're going to leave combat, and you're going to retaliate. And I'm going to say with your 4 fusion missiles, rerolling 1s and all that, you're going to kill my dude. Got it. So you got your point plus your 3. You got 4 more points. Cool. Let's see what that does. Oh, I won by 5 still, but that still mattered. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's still big. That's good for him.
You know what I'm saying? He was like, yo, wow. I never even thought of that. I was like, yeah, man, like I'm never going to like just, if there's only one thing that matters, we can talk it out right now and then roll the dice. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I love talking it out, and I like talking it out like when there's 2 hours left.
And that's the thing. I'm cultivating is like this is the tournament. There's a time limit, and I'm helping these guys learn because they're all pretty competitive. They all on the know. They're scaling their competitiveness, but there's certain things about being a seasoned tournament player, like clock management, like we just talked about.
Absolutely.
20 dudes just made contact with your 5 Primaris, 20 Gene Stealers. Hey, that's 10 minutes that you might need at the end of the game. Don't make them roll it all out.
Absolutely. I was trying to think back to the last time time management came into play. I was playing Bill Kim in the later rounds for our team, and it came down. We always talk at that's an event where time is always a little iffy.
Yeah,
you've got some years is hard dice down and things like that. So talk it out with your opponent, beforehand. If they say I don't want to play when there's 10 minutes left, then at 20 minutes we're having that conversation. We're gonna have. We need to have a conversation on how we can get this game done because I'm not finishing a game,
Yep.
It's good to know. It's good practice.
It is. And that's the way I play. All my playtest games, everything, I'm always playing it out. I'm always working those schemes out. Sometimes my less seasoned buddies who I play with. They're like, you already won, man. Why are we playing it? Like, why are you so serious still? It's like, I keep my game sharp, bro. That's why we're playing. We're playing so that we can talk every scenario out, man. Like every little constant, like I was like, yes, it looks like I've won, but you have like if you do this, this, and this, and then my dice shit on me in the next turn,
then I'm stressing. Yeah.
Then you can get points. You know what I'm saying? So like that's and we always preach here the Long War Battle Point tournament, so points matter.
Man, I miss a battle. I haven't played a good battle point tournament in a while.
I mean, at this point, the only big ones are Adepticon Championship and Team, and ours, the Long War Doubles event.
I can't wait for that. When's that?
We have kind of some big news, honestly. Like we're in a soft commitment phase right now to running a massive Long War Doubles primer.
Where's that going to be located?
California.
I hate you.
So right now I'm in negotiations right now with a store here in Temecula. I'm going to be going out there to do a big, what is it? Live tutorial. And they're a pretty big deal. I'm not going to I'm not going to say anything's official just yet, but where we're standing is they're really serious about it. We're really serious about it. It would be in early January. And so there'd be an opportunity that the whole Long War crew will be out there running the official Long War Doubles event here in California with 150 people cap on the event.
That's awesome. Obviously, it's a team event, right?
Obviously that's what we do. We are 100% on all day, every day on doubles.
Love it. I love it. I haven't seen. You still got the missions and stuff posted on the Hall of Veterans and stuff, or are we?
Well, we'd have to switch it up a little bit. I think like me and Haspel talked briefly today. He was like, "Yo, wait, what are we gonna do? This is." I was like, "No." Like he's like, "Restrict this." I was like, "No, we already have it." The whole concept is that we have a composition score. We have this. I was like, let people bring whatever the fuck they're gonna bring, like we always say, but recognize there is a player police composition score. So if you're that guy who brings 10 fucking mortar teams, 15 fucking Earthshaker cannons, and 200 conscripts, you're gonna go 3-0 and win all max point all your games, but you're probably gonna get zeroed on comp the whole tournament. And which comp is an average. So whatever your composition score is, we average it. But what's the average of triple zeros?
Horrible.
And then when you get to the preferred opponent scoring, which is our way of doing sportsman, which is you have to give out a gold, silver, and bronze medal for sportsman to each of your opponents. You can't just triple max people. So you're allowed to use whatever emotion you want at the end of the event to award those medals. Simple as that.
Absolutely.
So you might also get, one gold and double bronze, lowering that score. So what we've seen in the past is the people who've chosen blatantly to ignore because we do 50% hobby score, 50% battle score. The people who ignore the hobby score and 100% focus on the battle score because of all this win-loss shenanigans that, ITC and Nova has trained us to believe in. If that's the only thing that you value in the game, we're not here to take that from you. 50% of your score is that, half. But we're also trying to marry these tribes together, the casual, the competitive, into one new fucking dope ass scene. So there's this other group of people that we're not shitting on either, where half the score is hobby. So you have to figure out how to tailor for the event, as we talked about at the top of the show. Like Maelstrom. You got to be, I don't have an issue with Maelstrom. I've literally always been very successful with Maelstrom because I tailor for it. I don't bring my normal shit. So you got to tailor for the event. You got to make sure you max out as many of the hobby scores as you can, while max out as many battle scores as you can, while also maintaining the social contract. And that's why also we do doubles, because everybody has a buddy who's just getting a 40K, who hasn't quite worked up the confidence to go to a big event, but like Austin has. So Austin brings his buddy who's not quite there yet, and they get to be on the same doubles team, and they get to fucking be doing it together.
Hell yeah. Get to play with some cool models. Yep. I love it. That's my favorite event. I tell everyone at home, please don't get too drunk for the awards ceremony. Make sure you stay sober enough so you can see who won.
Talk to the wobbly modelers this time, maybe.
Oh, dude, I don't remember.
We had an award for the most wasted. No, you guys would have only got second place, though.
I couldn't tell you, dude.
You guys would have only got second place for most wasted team.
Oh, who is the most wasted?
At 11 a.m., somebody had to drop from our event because their buddy had alcohol poisoning and they had to call 911.
Dude, those are rookie numbers. Okay, all I want you to know is I didn't call 911. And
you guys just dealt with alcohol.
We just
poisoning.
dealt with it. You just didn't check my blood alcohol content.
So we did. They did have to set a precedent at Adepticon, unfortunately, where they said any open containers would get thrown in the trash by security.
Right.
Because at 11 a.m. people had to drop and go to the emergency room.
Not good.
Long War,
Long War. Hey, a lot of fun, a lot of different cultures meshing. You got your super nerds, your athletic super nerds, your jocks, your 40K gurus, everyone meshing together. That's why I like it, because you get to hang out with everybody. And
we also, obviously, we're talking about Temecula in January for our primer. You best believe there's going to be an after-hour social. That's going to be a part of it.
I want a Long War cornhole and beer pong tournament.
No, I mean, if Juice is all in. So right now I've got like Juice is like is hard yes, Haspel's hard yes. Rob probably is going to go. Because there's backdoor business elements that he's gonna want. He's gonna have to fly. That's the only hang up.
He has to.
Money's not gonna be a problem. Expenses aren't gonna be a problem. It will be he has to get on a goddamn plane and do the thing he hates most.
Have his cat feet off the air. Hey, I really think he can get drunk enough to get on the plane.
That's typically what has to happen. He has to get twice enough. Now, what happened the last time that made him say it was the last time, we were coming back from fucking Colorado, and the flight was too early, and they wouldn't serve booze in the airport. So they would
screwed.
So they could. So we're like, okay, it's not going to be a problem. But unfortunately, like 100% of like landing and taking off from Denver is turbulent because of the barometric pressure and thermals and everything from the mountains and the change of fucking altitude, rapid temperature change and stuff. So you always get pretty unexpected turbulence. So Rob is not pregame, doesn't fucking deal with fucking flying well. And we have, I would say, the number one worst 8 seconds of turbulence I've experienced in my 10 years living in Colorado on this particular day that he couldn't pregame. And I'm talking, we dropped elevation so fast that I think if it was one more foot of elevation, the fucking oxygen mask would have dropped.
Wow.
We were weightless, bruh. Like
floating in your seat.
And so like that is a we're gonna die moment. Like for that 8 seconds, you're convinced we're gonna die. There's people jerking off on the plane.
This is it.
This is it. You know what I mean? Like it was that serious. So Rob was like, nah, fuck it.
I don't know if my knee-jerk reaction would be to jerk it. I really don't think that. I think it would be, I don't know.
No, my man Fist Antilles has it right. If we're flying out of Denver, Rob, you just need to smoke. If it's too early next time. And also California, as you're coming to Cali, bro. So
well, that's good. That's good news, man. I obviously hope everyone can make it.
No, it's going to be clutch, man. I'm really excited. This is going to be 2000. Okay, so we said this is the beginning of 2018. This is the year. The Long War, like this is the fucking year. And I think we did it. 2017. So like we did a lot in 2017 off the tail, like off some great Adepticon action. We have done some great stuff with the community, a lot of proactive stuff. We have never faltered from this concept of bringing hobby back and commitment to excellence. Those are our two mission statements at Maelstrom Studios, which is our LLC. And those are like kind of our, that's our number one shit. No matter what discussion we have in the back door, you know, when no one can hear and we're bringing things to fucking votes and everything, it always comes down to those two elements, commitment to excellence and bringing hobby back. And I think that we're at a place now in the community where hobby is very close to 50% of the game now. And so we're gonna keep staying committed to that.
I hope so, and I look forward to seeing more events that follow suit and kind of balance out the competitive scene. Is what I would like.
GW is helping. GW is really fucking helping. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, they're making it easy. This has been an easy fucking. This is like, yo, got it. Thanks, GWs.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah,
killing it.
It's actually less stressful when you can take a army you actually enjoy, and you really like you put like
10 years,
sweat
10
and
fucking
tears,
years. 10 fucking years, Austin, that I've been sitting on fucking, like, I don't know, when did 6th edition drop? What was that, 2010?
Yeah, around there.
Was that so almost 8 years I've been sitting on Helldrakes and Molofines, stressing out playing the motherfuckers at events because they're my favorite things. Like, I love big jacked fucking Helldrakes and fucking demon engines and my demons and shit. And when 6th and 7th drop with allies, I love that I can finally put demons with my chaos shit again because I love both. And now here we are in 8th. They take the stress off. There's no fucking dumb little allied attachment with taxes. I can just take them. Right. And now everything's kind of decent. Everything has wounds. Everything has a save. Everything's not going to just get one-shotted. So, like, I am getting way more table time with my Molofines, which is my kindred spirit. Getting way more table time with my fucking Helldrakes. So I always said my only thing that held me back in 7th edition was that Helldrakes had to be in reserves. And I had this statement that I'd say is like, the more times you don't have to put fucking crucial elements in your army in reserves, the more games you're going to win.
Oh, the less random, the randomness, if you can take the randomness out of the game or the random dice rolls, then you have a more consistent game plan and you have more fun. Like, your list is actually better because the Helldrakes participate 100% of the time.
2012. So, like, that's how many years I've been sitting on Helldrakes. Thank you, Barrett. It's how many years I've been sitting on Helldrakes and Molofines. Now, I'm not even talking about the other things before 6th edition.
Like, yeah, I love it. So they really have taken the stress out of it for me. You can play fun stuff.
Yeah, here's a great thing, Alison. 8th edition made me a chaos player again. You remember how Haspel used to talk about this? He's like, Kenny, you're a chaos player, but in 5th, 6th, and 7th, and 5th, 6th, and 7th edition, you weren't. You just played to win. I was like, you're right.
You're right.
It took away my identity. It took away my identity. The thing that got me into this game. And now in 8th edition, you can still channel your identity and not feel like an asshole because you're going to have no chance of winning.
I 100% agree. I'm still convinced and on the side of, if you like the rules for one army, feel free to convert it however the hell you want so you feel better. So if you want to run Chaos but you like Marines, then
that is the perfect time to make a Raven Guard army.
Make a chaosy, but use the Marine rules.
I make this statement a lot. Like, I come to events with really beautifully painted armies all the time, and I got a lot of pro painters that I'm working with in the pro painter community page that I'm working with. Here's the thing: I'm never gonna repaint my chaos again. Like, they're green, they're bright green, homie. They're bright green Tzeentch, they're bright green Slaanesh, they're bright green Chaos. That is the line in the sand I do have to draw as a competitive player who's also a hobbyist. I will always bring that heat. So I will lose out on that. So if I go to my own Long War doubles event, my theme scores will be kind of weak because of that. My paint score will be perfect. I understand that.
Let's be real. You might just tone it back and say these are Nurgle today. If you're really going to play games.
Oh, depends. Yeah, it depends. If I can trust that half the tournament is gonna be more relaxed on that. Yeah, I might just be Nurgle today. You don't even fucking know.
Yeah, that's really what I come down. Like, the Wobbly Modelers, we own a very, very large Imperial Guard army, and they're painted Death Guard. So, I run. That's my Chaos army. If I field my Astra Militarum is my Chaos side. I mean, they're zombies with las guns, for conscripts.
My man Arla Marshall that I'm out here with, we got a huge Trader Guard army that we're trying to sell soon, but I use a lot of that Trader Guard for my stuff.
You ran that at, was it BAO?
I ran it at Broadside Bash.
Bash.
Did really well. I won like 5-6 or 5-1, something like that.
Decent.
And I wasn't even running that optimized Trader Guard. I was running that fucking.
Oh, you had Chimera's power slide.
I had I also had the zombie Alpha Legion Kansas City Shuffle, which no one was doing, right? Where I was taking an Alpha Legion, 7th edition Trader Legions, Alpha Legion detachment. So I had 2 sorcerers that were Alpha Legion. They had the Mind Veil and all the new Hereticus powers that were legal. Ghost Storm. So turns out Veil of Time plus Ghost Storm is my 50 zombies surround your entire army with my own bubble wrap 3 inches away on turn 1. And then you're like, wait, what? And then you charge me, try to do what you kind of do, and then I Veil of Time out of combat. I literally crushed a Screamer Star fucking, the Exalted Flamer, billion strength 10 shot fucking Screamer Star that was crushing everybody. I played him in like round 5. And he was like almost like, dude's a great cat, but he was almost like, yo, I'm sorry this is about to happen to you. And on turn 1, I fucking Mind Veiled, surrounded the Screamer Star. He wasn't ready for it because he came kind of hot. And then I rolled a 13 on my Mind Veil, surrounded him and charged him on turn 1. There we go. And I'm just started fucking everything up in his army. And he's like, I literally, and he would just, and this is this. So I think we're going to talk about time management for tournaments in the podcast because here's a secondary example. So he has 1 billion attacks, right?
Yeah.
And I have all these zombies. And I have 50 zombies. And he's like getting ready to roll his dice. And I just pull out a calculator. And I was like, math says you kill 7.8 zombies. How about I just pull 10 off? He was like, yeah.
Okay, thank you. You just saved me 10 minutes.
Pull 10 off. And he was like, all right. And then by doing this, and then he was like, and I have Ordnance Tyrant and everything. And I'm like, so he thinks I'm going to kill my own guys. I was like, nah, Mind Veil out of combat. He's like, what? Yeah. And I told everyone about Mind Veil. And so then I bombard the unit because he failed his Grimoire. Or no, he used his Fate Weaver reroll, not on Grimoire, because he knew that my zombies weren't doing much damage. He's like, I'll just take a turn of 4, but Vulnerable's rerolling once. And when he did that, I Mind Veiled out, blasted them, charged back in again. He was like, you win.
That's it. That's it.
But that was on turn 5. Like, possibly a turn 5 shooting phase I wouldn't have had if I just let him kept rolling all the fucking dice.
It's good. Now you don't need Mind Veil. You can just leave combat.
Yeah.
Got a lot of good stories, a lot of good memories from 7th, but man, am I enjoying 8th edition.
I got a lot more bad memories from 7th than
I'm really enjoying some 8th edition.
8th is my shit right now. I get to do. I mean, it is so much fun.
I can't wait when Robbie B jumps in. I great. I mean, the event this weekend I can't participate in because got a house moving in, doing stuff.
The big event. First off, congratulations, my man Austin is getting married and becoming a first-time homeowner.
That is right, and I'm very excited to. I'll beat slab it up and show you guys some photos when I set that thing up. It's going to be official. No more basements for me. So. But like I said, Nova, I've got like 3 or 4 of my armies that are participating because they're like my children. I build lists. I really like list building, and then I give them to wobbly modelers here and there, and they play them in events, and we build them together. So I know Juice, me and Juice have worked pretty hard on his list. Looking forward to see how that works out. I've got a Tau list there. Kelsey built his demon list. We've talked that out a lot. A lot of like 8th edition is great. But Robbie B's got a Nurgle army we played with. You guys may see part of that on a battle report coming up. But I really like Nurgle, so that's my new project. If we have to do hobby projects, I got a Nurgle. I need to just have all Nurgle in my life.
Nurgle is so sick.
Oh, and getting ready for Death Guard. I want some. I think Nurgle demon units need to be in the Death Guard Codex, so they
will be. They're gonna do something cool. They need to do. They have their work cut out for them to make the like if you want to play at that competitive level, they got some work to do to make the things that you identify Death Guard what's still in your competitive Death Guard army. Because Death Guard, unless they change something, Death Guard doesn't get Maulafines or Helldrakes. I don't think.
Well, hopefully that changes. I mean, the asterisk that says refer to this part of the Codex, but they should just be in the Codex.
They should be. I think it's silly that they're Chaos and they don't have access to the same demon engines.
Oh, true. So my new jam, Forge World stuff, obviously, I'm reaching here. I want Mortarion to be like some of the Forge World greater demons, like with their buffs. They have buff abilities. They're super durable. So Scatathrax is like the big Papa Nurgle, like the giant greater and clean one.
Yeah.
If Mortarion's anything like that, dude, we're in for it.
I mean, if he's anything like Magnus, we're good.
We're in for a treat, dude.
Like, because Magnus is the truth. He's like our true demon Primarch. We need something like that.
We were laughing. So with the FAQ, and you can stack your field note pains, your extra rolls, your extra saves. So disgusting resilient warlords getting their 5-up and then a 6-up. So on like a toughness 9, 22 wound model that's got a 4-up invulnerable, that dude is not easy to kill.
They might come preloaded with warlord traits though. That's what we've seen out of the Spaceman Codex. Like, so Big Robbie G doesn't get Funeral Pain anymore because he comes preloaded.
Right. Yeah,
So, like,
turns out his warlord trait's still good.
oh, it is, but it's a game changer for keeping him alive.
Oh, no doubt. But Scabbeth Rex doesn't have a warlord trait. Check him out if anybody him. Nurgle fans, if you want to be competitive, just take him. He's good.
He seems good.
Oh, he's so good. I love that guy. Yeah, like -1 to hit in the fight phase if you're within 6 inches of them. So like plague bearers are -2 to hit if they're over 20.
Which I love.
That's those guys don't die in combat. We were laughing. I was like, if 20 Gene Stealers charge 30 plague bearers, generally what happens? Well, you have the conversation and things should just die. You'll get some saves, so you probably should roll it out. But if you're -2 to hit in combat, those Gene Stealers are not going to have a good day.
That's not what they want to be doing.
They don't want to be swinging on 4s or 5s.
No, the whole concept is you got to rack up your hit roll so that you can maximize your mortal wound roll.
Yeah, maximize your rend.
And mortal wounds don't. When they get discussing resilience, the mortal wounds don't even take guys off.
Well, there's no mortal wounds for Gene Stealers. They're just rending, so no armor. That's the thing. Is they just ignore. It's like -4. You know.
Oh,
so,
is that what it is? Oh,
yeah. So no, you get saves. Yeah, I've rolled it out.
You get 2 sets to say, yeah. Wow.
Yeah. These guys don't die. You kill like 7 of them, and there's like 23 left, and they're like, "We're gonna eat all of you." A lot of good things. So I'm looking forward to Mortarion. I think he needs to have some cool buffs like that.
Hell yeah. Let's jump out of here. Get ready for the big podcast. Thank you guys joining us in chat. We'll be back on in 27 minutes.
Perfect.
Something like that.